All
Share.
right.
Copy link.
We're live. Everyone say hi when you jump on. This is going to be a good one. I already know.
I hope so. I hope so. Hey, Josh.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Oh, we have.
Hi,
Hey, you guys are
everybody.
fast.
You guys are so punctual.
Yeah.
Hello. Let us know. Did you read the book?
Yeah.
I know Josh read it.
Oh, good. Okay. He finally read one.
Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
think it's the first one he's read this year.
You know what? I think you're probably right.
Welcome, everybody. I definitely have thoughts.
Okay. Oh, no. I have thoughts too, but I don't know if it's going to be good or bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
That's okay.
Oh, look, I never call you. I don't call you out. I was just like
Well,
letting you know that you didn't read them. It's okay.
mhm.
Okay, she read it. Okay, a lot of thoughts. Okay, Lori read
Okay.
it. Yeah.
I don't even know how to start this one.
Um. Well, I guess we'd just start like we normally do. Just you give the synopsis of what it was about, and then we'll just go from there.
All right. So this was definitely an abnormal pick for us because this gives more like Western horror kind of vibes, but it's still a romance. So it was a bit of a wild card pick, but I personally like reading like historical fiction and historical romances. So I
Mhm.
kind of liked how the beginning of the book you kind of get introduced to the history that kind of inspired
Yeah,
this story,
I
you
did
know,
like
with the
that.
story of the Donner Party.
Yeah.
Because I had heard of that like
Right. I think we always kind of hear of it, but like I never looked into it.
yeah, same. I didn't really know any of the details.
Yeah.
So I thought it was very interesting. But yeah, basically it's the idea of this actually happened in US
Yeah.
history where there were I guess settlers early on migrating west in the country and they hit a very bad spot on the trail and they had to resort to cannibalism and that's kind of where this story kind of snowballs from there.
Yeah.
So our main characters are Aubrey and Jensen. And Aubrey is trying to find her sister who disappeared 3 years ago, I think.
Mhm.
And Jensen has been known in the area to be a really good tracker, and he's like helped find missing hikers before and things like that. So Aubrey is determined to have Jensen help her find her sister,
Yeah.
even though it's been a cold case for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And when she gets there, she realizes things are kind of spooky, and there's definitely some stuff going on,
Yeah.
and her family's past definitely
Yeah.
plays a big role.
I think that's pretty good. And then stuff happens.
So much happens.
Okay, so here's my first question.
Uh-huh.
As it did okay. So I don't know. This might be a me thing. As I was reading it, I felt like the romance was like not as prevalent as I wanted it to be. But I guess there's just so much other stuff going on because we focused a lot on the mountains, what was going on in the mountains, and getting to the places that we need to get. But for me, I kind of felt like I didn't learn a thing about him. I didn't learn a thing about her. I don't really know them as people. They don't really know,
Exactly.
and they don't know each other as people. But
Yeah.
they're I guess physically they're attracted to each other.
Yeah.
So that's how I felt. I was like, this is very small romance, but very small.
Yeah. And like I was even telling Josh, I feel like I would have preferred if he shouldn't even put romance in there at all. Like if you're not
Yeah,
going to do it fully, just don't even bother cuz it
yeah,
honestly started to make me mad. I'm like, why are they sleeping together for the fourth time? They don't even know each other.
yeah,
They could die any second. There are people in the same cabin as them that
Yeah. They're like
these
freezing to death.
zombies.
They're
Like-
freezing. They're freezing to death. And they're like, well, we're in the same sleeping bag, so hey, what's
Yeah,
up?
I'm just like, hello, priorities, people.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just was not believable at all. I think that if there would have just been like them getting to know each other, like the tension and the build up in those like first, I think there's like 3 sex scenes before that sleeping bag scene where they're like, you know, we may not even have tomorrow. Let's just, you know, like I would have believed that. Like I think it would have been more impactful if that had been the first time they slept together, and everything else up until then had just been them actually like connecting.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not alone. Woohoo! Okay, I thought I was gonna be. Yeah, I was invested in the sister story too. Like, if you took the romance out of it, I would have. I think I would have liked. I would have. This would have been fine.
Exactly.
But since you marketed it as a romance, a dark romance, and to me, I didn't think anything was dark in it other than like. Yeah, okay, cannibalism's dark. I'll give you that.
Yeah, right.
But like compared to what I've read, that's not dark. Like
no,
to me,
the
that
romance
was
wasn't
like
dark at all.
Thrillery, like that's like But since you marketed it as a dark romance,
it did
I
not
have
hit.
to judge it as a dark romance.
Yeah,
so
it read more like a thriller with like erotic scenes in it.
Yeah. And I know she said what, like dark romance horror or something. So like,
yeah,
I got the horror part.
Didn't get the romance part of it.
Nah, because like you didn't get to know each other. Like, and I get insta lust, like but even in those books, I feel like once they like hook up, then you still have the rest of the book, and they're getting to know each other.
Yeah,
but this book is just like, no, this happens, and now we're going to up the mountain, and this and that. Now we're here, and we haven't talked, but oh well.
Yeah. And then they would randomly say like romantic things to each other, or you know, he'd be like, "Oh, you're the heaven that I needed to get out of this hell," and "Oh, I want to be a better man for you." I'm like, "But why? You don't even know her.
Don't
like, you're only doing this because she paid you what, $75,000?"
Yeah, and I also feel like he felt guilty. Because of the sister, and he knew, and that whole thing when she got upset because she found out that he was lying to her, and I'm like, well, you're lying to him. You have yet to tell him that you're an FBI agent, and I was like, you have no room to be upset.
Yeah,
but oh well.
Yeah, I feel like if it didn't have the romance part, I would have liked it more.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because we're romance people.
We are. I love myself, but I did not feel connected to the story, like the romance in it.
Same.
Like I was more invested in the sister. Like I wanted to know what happened.
Yeah.
And then when we find out like the twist, so to speak,
I
guess it was considered a twist, I guess.
I mean, it was pretty predictable.
Well, I don't know if I would have figured out that they were connected to the people in the beginning, like that baby. I don't know if I would have like put that together.
Really?
Yeah. As much as I read thrillers, I didn't go in this thinking that there was going to be a twist, so I just didn't think anything of it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Maybe if I was like reading a thriller, that I would have been like, ooh. But nah, I was like, oh, that was nice. That was a nice little chain of events that happened. But you know what I wanted? Okay. I was waiting for like something to occur in like the epilogue where we found out that like Jensen was like really hundreds of years old, and he'd been tracking like for years, and that's why he knew the mountain so well, because like he's been doing this for years, and like something was going to happen, like where his eyes were going to glow at the end.
Yeah. Yes.
I was waiting for that, and there was nothing. It was just like, okay.
That is true, because in like every horror movie, there's always a sex scene.
True. And then they die.
Yeah. So it would have tracked.
Yeah. I feel bad for his friends though that he brought along. Like every single one of them.
Yeah.
Gone.
Well, I guess technically only one of them was his friend,
True.
Eli.
Yeah. And
The
all the
other
others
ones
were
were
just
just like henchmen from the other guy.
yeah. Which again, we didn't learn much about that either. We just kind of
No.
he's like, "Oh, I owe him money." And then like it kept going on and then at the end it was like he spouted off some stuff about like money laundering and like drugs and
Yeah.
all that stuff, but like we didn't know what was going on in the whole book.
Yeah, it almost felt like she just wanted a reason that he would need the money.
Yeah. I wonder
Yeah,
if he
I
ever
don't
got
know.
the money. I wonder if she gave it to him.
Probably not.
Probably not. Like she used that money and she made like that whole therapy place.
Mm-hmm.
And I was even wanting something about Margaret. I was like, maybe Margaret's really old. Like she's been around for
Yeah.
years. Because like he was like, I trust her. And I was like, well, why do you trust her? And they kept like talking about like the pictures, like the pictures that were in his house. And I'm like, oh, she's going to describe a picture and it's going to be him and like some old settlers and he's going to be like 100-year-olds. But no, I
Yeah.
really wanted that too.
Mm-hmm. I
But oh
agree.
well. Well,
Yeah. I feel like this one's really hard to rate because it's not like it was bad. Like the story was definitely intriguing,
yeah.
but it just the romance was just not it.
Nah. If you're going to market it, what exactly is it on Goodreads?
She definitely puts it as a dark romance for sure. I remember seeing that. And she even posted like reels from
Yeah.
like Supernatural and like showing like comparisons and
So
stuff.
take Yellowstone and add in the White Walkers from Game of Thrones. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you do get that.
Mm-hmm. Marcus served no purpose except to give Yellowstone vibes. Yeah, like it was almost like they were trying to put characters like Red or
Yeah.
I guess like in Yellowstone where they have to like kill people, take them to the
Yeah.
train station or whatever.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what they were going for.
Uh, we tried. Sometimes they don't hit. So it's okay though. Like the writing. So this was the first book I'd ever read by her. I love the
Mhm.
writing. Like I'll read more from her.
Yeah, definitely don't use this as your first judgment because
Yeah.
I've read other like even the one she did that's kind of inspired by Sleepy Hollow gives similar vibes where it's like kind of horror, kind of not, but like
Okay.
it has really good romance in it.
She did mention a few books at the end of this. Like if you enjoyed
Mm-hmm.
the dark romance horror, there's
Yeah.
like other ones. This takes me
Mm-hmm.
to stop reading it.
Yeah, because like you wanted to know what was going to happen.
Right. Okay. So I'm interested to know, like, what about it did you find like distasteful? Like, what was it that you were like,
Yeah.
nah, I can't, I don't like this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Amanda liked it. She gave it 4 stars.
Okay. Yeah, we were saying the story was really good, but we just feel like the romance was kind of lacking in terms of the like emotional connection.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that we were like,
And that, like, that whole scene with like when they're like in the sleeping bag and Eli is like dying.
strapped to the table.
I'm like, I'm like, is he gonna wake up? And like they're gonna have to fight him naked. Like, what's gonna
Yeah.
happen? Nah, he's just poor guy's dying.
Yeah. He was good.
It's fine. And we're dying if we're freezing. We have hypothermia, but
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, let's do it.
yeah. But like you said, if it would have been the first time, I feel like it would have been more impactful of like, hey, this could be our last
Mhm.
night. We don't know if we're gonna make it, type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I feel like the romance didn't even need to be in there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I wish that would fit. See, that
Uh-huh.
would have brought some action into it. Just
Yeah.
like,
Mm-hmm.
uh but I will say, like a few of us have said, the sister story, when we actually like got to the caves and I mean, like to me, I feel like this would be an interesting movie. Like I could see it playing out in my head, like
Yeah.
what they would look like and like how you would do the makeup and the
Mhm.
hair and everything and just how
I
they would walk.
agree.
Like I could see it as a I don't know if it'd be a high budget movie. It would definitely not be like a Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like maybe like a Netflix original maybe.
Yes. Yeah. It would totally work. It would totally
I
work.
think so.
Mhm.
Because like you'd have like the beginning and you could show like back in the 1800s about like them going and like then getting caught in the winter storm and then people have to eat, you know, and then
Yeah.
the baby being born and the she changing and yeah,
Yeah, that
I
would have
could
been
see it.
perfect.
I
Or
could
like, could
see
you
it.
imagine from the sister's point of view? That would be crazy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And then her poor mom, like their mom, they thought she was crazy.
Ah,
No, she wasn't crazy.
mm-mm.
Like, did she? I'm curious because like they said that she was all these things, but she had never been bitten. So was she just like having all the dreams that were making her?
Yeah, because I guess the curse was still there. So like the reason why they all had the dreams, because they weren't bitten, but they all had the dreams about the
Yeah,
blood and they like heard, it was calling to them or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. Watching
The
Evil
cannibalism got me.
West. Oh my gosh.
You know, I'm trying to think like what have I watched that I was like, yeah, I can like. I don't watch a lot of zombie
Mm-mm.
stuff. I have watched like I Am Legend and World War Z, a little bit of Walking Dead, but not too much because I was just never into that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't really have anything to compare it to either.
You've
I've
never
never
seen
seen Game of
Yellowstone?
Thrones, but Yellowstone's really good.
Oh, it's so good.
It's worth it. Have you seen
Oh
that
my
new one
gosh.
people have been talking about, Ransom Canyon?
Yeah. That
I
one's on
want to try that too.
Netflix. I hear it's pretty good though.
Hmm.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, the sister's POV would be really cool. Yeah, because this was like light horror. Like it
Yes.
wasn't too intense.
No. The epilogue.
Yep.
What was in the epilogue? Was that when they were married already?
The rescue ranch part, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. And he was like, this girl is let it my save me or whatever. I was just like,
Yeah. I was just rolling my eyes.
that's where I wanted it to happen, to where it's like he's actually 200 years old. He's been
Hmm.
alive since the Donner Party. And that's why he
Yeah.
knows the mountains so well.
It
And
would have
like
made so much
he
sense.
looks in the mirror and his eyes just kind of start glowing because he's been like suppressing the hunger like
Mm-hmm.
her sister had been.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted that. Oh man, I'm gonna rewrite it and I'm gonna do
Yeah.
that.
Because then I feel like it would have been like, again, more of like horror, not romance, or like a thriller.
But I guess because it was technically a romance first, we have to have the HEA.
Yes.
They could still have an HEA, but he be a zombie.
Yeah, they could still.
Just, yeah. I was so looking. I was like, yeah, it's gonna happen. And then I got to the epilogue. I was like, no, it didn't happen.
Mhm. Oh yeah, the part with her sister, that was sad.
Yeah. She just and it was because she's like, she had stayed. You know, she fought for 3 years to not change, and although she said at times she couldn't control it, but I do know I mean I agree with Jensen when he shot her, and then he was like, would you have let me do it if I would have gave you a warning? And she was like, probably not. So
yeah, he definitely did the right thing.
and then the little dream she had after the avalanche, like with all her family, and they're like, this is where we stop, and you stay here, and we have to go.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Isn't that crazy that after everything they went through, they survived, then they had sort of an avalanche? I was just like, can they catch a break?
No, they can't. Like, we were fighting zombies, hypothermia, we're in caves. Although a little claustrophobic in those caves, I will tell you.
Right?
Like, it was getting smaller, and I was like,
Couldn't be me.
oh, no. Have you ever seen the movie, The Descent? Where they're like,
No, I've heard of it, but no.
okay, they're like cave explorers.
Uh-huh.
They're just regular people, and they go like cave diving, cave exploring, and it gets so tight when they're like,
Ugh.
if you don't like tight places, you might not want to watch it. But it's a good movie, and actually, it goes really well with this because I can't say because I'm not going to spoil it, but it really goes with the story. If anyone knows, they know. But I'm not going to say how it connects to the story, but you should watch it.
Okay. Okay. I'll try to be brave.
Oh, it's not too bad. Oh.
Well, that was a good scene.
Yeah, how in the world? Okay.
Kids are so creepy.
Listen. This man knows. This man knows the mountain and knows all these tricks of these things. And he's like, oh, it's a real kid. And she's like, don't you open that door. It's a real kid. I'm like, what do you mean?
After everything.
Yeah.
You're still going to let him in?
And then he was just spouting facts. He's like, I know who you are. And she was like, I was like, how can you open that door?
I couldn't believe it. That is true.
Yeah.
So it was necessary to the plot.
Yeah.
I just felt so bad. I was like, dang, they finally survived.
And then an avalanche. At least, I mean, nothing too terrible happened to them. You know, she just kind of like got buried in the snow and for the most part. But, oh, man. I'll tell you another thing. So, with the sister's boyfriend, Adam, I was kind of hoping that somehow we would learn that he also was connected. That's why, like, when he changed, he was, like, so into it.
Yeah.
And, like, because the sister was, like, he just kind of embraced it and was, you know, and I was like, maybe he's connected to them somehow in the past as well. But no, I guess he was just a butthead.
Yeah, he was just the worst.
He's just the worst guy. He just was like, yes, I love this.
God. Yeah, I was expecting more from his story too. Yeah, why would there just be a random kid?
And he was like, where's your parents? And he was like, they're waiting. And I was like, yes, no, he's not a kid then. They're waiting.
Yep, you done messed up.
Nah. After all that, I'm sorry. I just don't believe that you would do that.
I know.
Like, I guess you would feel really bad if you found out it was a kid. Just a regular kid, and then you didn't open it, but I don't know. After all that, I don't think I could open it.
I wouldn't trust anybody.
No. You can die. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And the way he talked, like as soon as he opened the door and he was like, what does he say? He says something.
Yeah, he talked all old fashioned.
Yeah, I was like, no one talks like that. Yeah, nah.
He's not.
Nate's a little kid like Edward Cullen is 17 years old. Oh,
we could bring. Oh. Oh.
We never saw that horse much after.
Oh yeah, because it's the one that bit her.
Yeah.
Wait, but then how come she didn't?
I guess maybe it didn't break skin.
I guess.
Because I know there was a bruise. Oh yeah. Oh, let's not even talk about that night. She gets bitten. They haven't talked, and he's just like, "I'm gonna feel you up." Okay.
Yeah, and she literally says because he. I remember highlighting it because I was like, stop. He bit her neck, and she was like, oh, at least he didn't bite as hard as the horse did. I'm like, why is this happening right now?
And I swear, before that, they had not talked that much.
No.
And I was just like, I at least need to know your name and your birthday and groundwork. She was like,
I
she just whipped off her shirt.
I said, already? Question mark, and then I put stop.
But no, she was just like, he was checking her bruise, and then she just whips off her shirt. Yeah. And she's like, I'm not ashamed. Here you go.
Yeah, here you go. Girl. Make him
Okay.
work for it.
And I just feel like there wasn't enough. Like I said, I don't mind Insta-lust. Like, I've read books where it's Insta-lust, it's fine.
Yeah.
But just if it's not marketed as it,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Then, like I said, it just wasn't connected because
Mm-mm.
you really don't learn much about them as people. Yeah, she loves her sister. I know that. That's
Yeah.
about all I know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, true,
Makes sense.
true.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. I guess you have to be bit a lot because her sister did change eventually, but she was probably bit more than once.
Probably because what's his name kept abusing her.
Yeah.
And
So
she
I would,
probably fed like a lot when she
yeah.
couldn't resist it anymore.
So I would assume probably makes
Mhm.
sense. Like I said, if this was just a thriller book based on the Donner Party and this girl was looking for her sister, and we have some elements of like a romance,
Mhm.
I would have, yeah, it would have been fine because I wouldn't know
Yeah.
what to expect. But when you market it as a dark romance,
Yeah.
no,
Exactly.
this cannot be, look, I can't have another Sovereign. I can't. This was better than Sovereign. I will give it
It
that.
was. Yes.
Just, yeah, I was going to say, I thought he bit her.
Mhm.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, so I think because Lainey fed, but
Ah.
Aubrey never did because she never
Okay.
really felt the hunger technically.
Makes sense. That's true because I don't think like Hank really changed until he then bit the other guy.
Mhm.
What was his name? Cole?
I think yeah.
Yeah, I
Cole
think
or Red, one of the two.
Red. Maybe it was Red.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
'cause
can't
his
remember
name.
which one was first.
Yeah, and that was all fishy because they were like the blood. They found the blood outside the cabin, and then
Yeah.
he was like, "I was in the outhouse the whole night," and I was like, "No, you weren't. You're already
No.
changed. I
Yeah.
already know. I've seen this movie. I already
Yep.
know.
You've been
You're
acting
acting
weird.
fishy." Yes.
Mhm.
Too much. I didn't really care. Like, was it Red? The Red that kept like giving her the eye. So once he
I
changed, I was
think,
like,
yeah.
I didn't care anyway. I was like, whatever.
Yeah. You can go.
But Eli, I was a little
Oh,
sad for
Eli.
Eli.
He was so nice.
Yeah, they said that they checked and they were like,
Yeah. Ain't no way.
no. He's like, I got drunk in the outhouse.
Mm-mm.
But I would like to know where the blood went to then. I guess they like, I don't know, just moved it away. I don't know how easy blood is to clean up. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. In the snow, I don't know if it would just like evaporate or like, I don't know. And if it's heavy, maybe it like sunk to the, I don't know.
Yeah, like new snow on top of it.
I'm not a murderer. You can tell. I don't know what to talk about.
Yeah, there was something happening on every page.
Yeah. It was no, like I'm like I am not saying it was bad, like no. On a scale of like
Yeah.
Sovereign to whatever. It's, I feel so bad for Sovereign. I really do. Like I wanted to love
No,
that book.
I don't.
But I
I
have
don't
heard
feel
people
bad.
say like they get better, but I just don't know if I can do that to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, like, okay. So has anyone read any of her, you said you've read, have you read any of her other like gothic type of horror books?
Yeah, I read the Sleepy Hollow one, and then she did the one that was like Little Mermaid, Pirates of the Caribbean. That one is definitely dark romance for
Okay.
sure. Like it has the bit of the fantasy element,
Yeah.
but it's mostly dark romance. And then the Sleepy Hollow one is more like horror vibes, but the romance is much better done in that one, in my
Oh, okay.
opinion. Because well, that one there's actually three people in the couple. It's a MFM
Oh, okay.
romance in that one, so it's cool because you get the development of like each
Oh,
relationship.
nice.
So I think that one is a lot more
What's that
successful as
one?
a
What's
romance.
that one called?
The first one's called Hollow, and it's a duet. So the first one's Hollow, and then Legend.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's really good. Definitely, I think that one's good for like reading around Halloween time because it's a lot about like dark magic and
Oh,
like
okay.
yeah, that one's really good. And then I've even read she's also written just like regular contemporary romances, and I think the one I
Yeah.
read from her, it's just like a summer romance where she's staying in Italy for the
Oh
summer,
yeah, I
and it's
have that
like
one. What is it?
a
Oh gosh.
summer house with a sculptor guy. So
Yeah.
that one's just like very standard romance, but it was good.
Um, I do have one hot Italian summer.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Um, and I do have a few of her royalty ones.
Oh, I forgot about those. Yeah, those are good too. Mm-hmm.
But like, because she was saying at the end of the book, like, if you liked this, you might want to
Mm-hmm.
read. It was like, I think she talked about the Hollow one, and she talked about Blood Orange, which I guess is like a Dracula.
Mm-hmm. See, I wasn't a fan of that one, but that's just because I didn't like the way that she wrote about the vampires, like
Ah,
how the vampires worked. It didn't make sense to me.
okay. And
Like the way
also,
they ate blood, drank blood, and like how they acted.
here's also a Grave Matter. That was the other one she talked about.
I haven't read that one yet.
That is a horror romance meets science fiction
Mm-hmm.
in this dark and delicious gothic psychological thriller.
Ooh.
Well, if you're marketing as that, okay. At
Yeah,
least,
that's much more. That's already better.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
she has great range. That's
okay.
why I like her because she, does
Yeah. It
everything.
doesn't just stick to one like subgenre, which is nice.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. I liked getting the real history
Yeah.
compared to how she kind of like twisted it.
Now, apparently, did you read like the little note at the end where she like originally wrote a book about the Donner Party? In
No.
okay, oh gosh, let me get it. She
What?
talked about it in the end, and she said that she had like sensitivity readers read it. And they pulled it. Um,
Oh, I didn't even get to that.
so afterward, as some of you may know, I first had the idea for a horror western romance book about the Donner Party and zombies back in 2013, heavily inspired by Red Dead Redemption: Undead Nightmare. That book became Donners of the Dead, which I published in 2014 but is no longer published. I pulled it in 2020 due to some insensitive material that baby author me wasn't aware of at that time. For a while, I had toyed with the idea of rewriting Donners, and when I set out to write Death Valley, that had been the plan, just to rewrite. However, as I plotted it, Death Valley became a totally different book in itself, set in a new time period with new characters, and ended up becoming a pseudo sequel to Donners. So if
Oh.
you had read Donners back in the day, do note that the only thing similar is the theme and the fact that Jake McGraw and Jensen McGraw are related. If you haven't read Donners, there isn't much to connect the books except that both feature zombies and the Donner Party. So
Well, now
she
I want
had.
to read that one.
I mean, I would like. Yeah, she could totally like
Yeah,
rewrite that and have
I'm
like
curious.
maybe like she could rewrite it and then have be more like from the McGraw family. So like
Yeah, like a
a
prequel.
prequel. Yes.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
I have it.
Mhm.
I
That one is
have
good.
books. I just don't read my books as fast as I buy my books.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I'm just like flipping because like I'm anal and like when I'm on my Kindle, if my book doesn't say like book complete, I feel like I haven't read it all. So I'll just
Yeah.
even though like I'm done the story and it's like 99%, and I'm like, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah. I would totally read the other book.
Yeah, I
Even
love
if there's
it.
something in it that she didn't like, she could just like cross that out.
Yeah, just take that part out.
Yeah.
Take the sense of that part out. Change it. Wonder if we all just like hammer her. She'll be like, okay.
We should.
Be like, it doesn't even have to be a romance. You don't even have to do that. Just do the
Yeah.
whole like prequel about the McGraws and like,
We want more.
yeah,
More of the history.
yeah. Okay, so Do we have anything else? Because I'm interested to know about people's ratings. I kind of want to know because I
Yeah,
don't know
what did
what to
everyone
rate.
rate it? Because I don't know what to rate it. So I'm
Yeah,
probably just gonna copy everybody else.
yeah. So I know Amanda says she rated it a 4,
Yeah.
but I
I
hope
kind
she
of want to
does.
do a 3.
That's what I was thinking, but I
I
didn't know if
feel
that would be
safe.
too low. I didn't want it to be like too low, but with it, okay. Lori said a 3.
Yeah.
We
We
should.
should.
We should. We should be like, so.
I'll start messaging her on Instagram.
Be like, so Karina, we read your book.
Yes.
I need to know about Jensen's family.
Yes. We need more.
It's
Of the
been like
history.
passed down through generation. Write that story, please.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lori a 3, Amanda was a 4. I really like as I was finishing the book, I'm like, okay, I think this is going to be a 3-star,
Yeah.
and I think talking about it, it's still going to be like a 3. Only because you put romance there. If you would take the romance out, and I'm reading this, I would have been like a 4. I think it would have been like a solid 4,
Yeah.
4.25. But since the romance is what you were marketing it as, and dark romance, to me, I'm sorry. Is it weird that I don't think cannibalism's dark? I'm sorry.
Well, but there's a difference between a dark theme and a dark romance.
What have I read? What? I'm so desensitized. I'm like, it's only cannibalism. What do you mean?
That's fine.
It's not dark.
Yeah.
He didn't stalk her, tie her up, mess with her birth control. It's not dark.
Yeah, it's child's play.
Right. It's fine. It's just eating human flesh. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, it's it's the same. Like 3s to me aren't bad.
No.
Like
Mm-mm.
so I never rate books 1 or 2, except for Sovereign. I think I did do that, but that's besides the point. But like, I just never do that. So like, my 3s aren't like terrible. They're just like books that I probably never think about again. But they weren't like terrible.
Mm-hmm.
My 4s are like books I would recommend, are really good, and then my 5s are like, I think about these books, read this book right now. My recommendations.
Yeah, exactly. Because I feel like there are, when I rate something a 3, the way that it usually makes sense in my brain is like I would still recommend it, but like there are conditions. So like I would recommend this book, but I would say don't go into it thinking it's a romance.
Yes.
And then you'll like
like
it.
yeah, I would recommend this one still, especially I would say to thriller people, but just letting them know there are like spicy scenes in this. So if you're not like into that, maybe not read that. But also, if you're a romance reader and want to get into thrillers,
Yes.
this could also be a good like segue for you instead of just jumping right into a thriller.
Exactly.
Because you still have, the romance, so to speak.
Yeah.
I'm petty. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was not romance. I honestly might keep this as like a recommendation for getting out of a slump because
I could see that.
Because it's like a little bit different.
Yeah.
There's something that keeps you wanting to read.
Yes. And we've had people in our chat be like, I couldn't stop reading it. So we have receipts.
Yeah.
So I could see that being like a get out of your slump book.
Yeah. So I think it would still be something that we could recommend. So I think it should definitely be like a 3 at least.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to settle on a 3.
Yeah. I think that's safe.
Yeah. What is this? Is it like a 4 right now? I feel like it's a 4.
Oh, on Goodreads? I don't know.
Let's see. I didn't rate it. I got to rate it now. It is 4.16.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to rate it 3. Okay. Now I have to ask, as we always do, what is everyone reading right now? If you've never been to a live show before, we talk about the book and then we talk about what we're
like literally everything else.
Yeah.
What are you reading?
Oh, okay. I am reading an arc I am reading Bourbon and Proof by
Mm-hmm.
Victoria Wilder. I'm about 15% in, and so far I'm enjoying it. It's the last book. I think it's going to be the last book in the Bourbon
Oh,
Boys.
she's only doing 3?
I think. Ah, wait in the truck. Oh, so
Oh!
I started that book. I started it, and then I got the arc, and I was like, oh, I can't finish it. But that book, that is, to me, that's dark, and it's cowboy, and I only started like the first 3 chapters. And I'm like, this is what Sovereign needed to be, because that, oh man, if you like,
It's our redemption.
if you like a hero who is like literally touch her and you die, like that is literally what happens in like the first 3 chapters of the book.
Yes.
It yeah. I just felt like it was going to be a 5-star, and I was like, oh, I gotta stop so I can read this arc.
Oh,
But
now I want to know your thoughts.
I'll
You
have to
need
go
to
back.
finish
Oh,
it.
Sunrise on the Reaping.
Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about
That
it.
book put you in the reading slump, right?
Yes. Yes, it did. But it was so good. It was so good. It ruined me. Like I'm still recovering. I'm still recovering.
Ooh,
Jesus.
Ruined.
Oh, yes. I have my copy behind the camera. I'm not going to get
I
it.
have never read anything by that author.
Gothicana's so good.
I think, is that the only? Have they written more than just Gothicana?
They also wrote the Mafia series where it's like
Oh, the Predator and stuff.
yeah.
Like, okay,
Mhm.
yeah. Wait in the Truck is it on Kindle? You can get it. It's like the first in. I don't know if it's going to be like a series or at least like a 2 books because there's 2 brothers. So
Mhm. It's a lot. Uh-oh. Like good a lot?
I know it's got like a lot of like triggers. It was a
Okay.
lot of triggers. In the front of
Well,
the
it's
book.
inspired by the song, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I
So, like,
think that's fair.
it's dark. Like to me, that just in the first 3 chapters, like that is what a dark cowboy romance.
Mhm.
I was like, yes, that's going to be my
Let me make
redemption.
sure I downloaded it because I think I downloaded it the last time. I think I got it on Kindle Unlimited so that I wouldn't forget. Let me make
Yeah,
sure it's still in my library.
it's so good. It's so good. And I was only 3 chapters in. And I was like, I got the arc. I was like, okay, yeah, the Predator series. She gave the first one 5 stars and in love with Tristan.
Really? See, I haven't read those yet.
I haven't either. I've never read Gothicana either, so.
Gothicon is good. That's like dark academia vibes.
See, I feel
Student,
like that would be like,
professor.
oh, Lori goes, I can't wait for your thoughts. I'm going to have to put
Ooh.
it back on my June TBR.
Okay, yep, I still have it. It says you borrowed this book on the 26th of April.
Look, I don't even want Kindle to like call me out for some of my books that I still have. I think
Right?
I've gotten rid. I think like the one that was the most furthest back that I had borrowed was the Catherine Moon book that we read.
Oh, yeah, the monster
Yeah,
one?
yeah. I think that's like, let's see, what other one would be the furthest? Probably Twisted Heathens. When did I get that book out?
I don't even know if I want to know. Well, I feel like my Kindle Unlimited library, I change a lot.
I borrowed that book in 22.
How can
So,
you see what the oldest is?
oh, but yeah, I guess I can give back Death Valley and get another book out now.
Yes.
I still have Archer and all those books on there too by Rebecca Sharp. Because you were like, read
Oh,
them. And I'm like, I will because they're like Criminal Mind esque.
yes, those are such a good time.
But yes, I definitely think I'm going to end up putting Weight in the Truck back on. I have to do my TBR tomorrow. And
I have no idea how I'm going to do it.
I have 2 arcs. Yeah, I do. Two? I think I went a little arc crazy this month, and I was like, I'm never going to get approved. And then I got the emails. I was
You
like,
get all of them
dang it! So
every time.
the Sirens. If you want a good sister story, read the
Ooh, let me look
Sirens
it
by
up.
Amelia Hart. gave it 4 stars. Is that a show?
Oh, I have heard of a show called The
Is
Sirens.
that
I
was
wonder if
that
it's
like on Netflix? They did a show called The Sirens. Is that what it's based on?
maybe.
I wonder. I did not get to Lessons in Corruption. Look, look, look. We're not even going to worry about May's TBR because May started off like high, and then just kind of went down a little bit. It just wasn't the best month. So, we're not going to hold it against me. I can't control. Look, if you don't know, we had a flood hit my community.
Yes,
And
you have a good reason.
yeah, so I didn't get to and I also got sick after. So I
Oh
even had
no.
yeah. I don't know if it was the water or cleaning it up or whatever, but I ended up getting sick. So I was home for a week from work.
Oh no.
But I couldn't read because my brain was not computing.
Yeah, you couldn't focus.
So we're just not gonna. What do I have left on my TBR? On my
I also did
paperback?
terrible, so I'm not gonna say
I don't think I
anything.
read. Oh, I did. Oh, I did. Okay. One book I did read was my Bookstagram Chooses, and everyone chose where the mountain meets the sea. And I can tell you that this isn't Maestro, but this is going to be probably my #1 book of the year.
Ooh.
So good. Now, if look, this is okay. How do I put this? This is a love story. I'm going to put it that way because yes, it's a romance, but it doesn't end in an HEA.
Oh no.
Is it sad? Yes.
Oh no.
Do you need tissues? Yes.
Oh no.
But this book is the epitome of soulmates. They are soulmates.
Oh.
It was so good. It was so good. Yeah. #1.
Oh.
If you don't mind, non-traditional, not an HEA, but it was so good. So good.
I've heard good things. I'm just a wimp and I'm scared to read something of just
It's good. Now it does span. So it spans from 83 to 2001.
Oh wow.
That's
That
where
is a log type.
yeah, it spans. And they meet when they're I think she's 6 and he's 7. And they're just best of friends. And then as they get older, they date. And then he wants to go off and be a rock star. She wants to be a ballerina. So he kind of leaves. He's a year older, so he kind of leaves and does his whole thing and becomes famous. And when he comes back for her, she's like, I waited, you didn't come. So they go their separate ways. And for a lot of the book, they're not together, but we see that even when they're not together, how much the other one impacts the other because they're still thinking about what would that person be saying or doing if I was doing this, or always in the back of their mind until they do get back together.
That does give Maestro vibes.
But it was so good. But it's not back and forth like Maestro. It's they're apart for I want to say a year or 2 or 3, something like that, and then they finally get back together. But what's really interesting is that the book isn't about a real person, but the author did take her friend's story, because her friend went out to Arizona and got with a group of backpackers and lived there. Then they went to visit California, and then they went to some. It was not. I don't want to say a cult, so to speak, but it was a.
Oh, like a commune.
They're called Deadheads. If anyone's ever heard of them, but in the book, they go to a Deadhead meeting and they're all tripping acid. Look, it makes sense in the book. When I'm talking about it, it's not. But it's just, it was really good. Oh, it was so good. So good. It's definitely #1. I don't think anything else is
so exciting.
It's nothing else is going to give me that reaction. as I
Mm-mm.
was reading. I just don't think that unless I read another like emotional book.
Yeah.
That one, like the last 20 pages, I was a goner.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
But yeah, there is ballet in this book. There's a
Hmm.
lot.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. It's on Kindle. So if you don't want to buy the book, it's on Kindle. But I don't think Amanda says she had Kindle. But
No,
if
but
you
that's okay.
whoever does have Kindle, it's on Kindle. Pretty good. So what are you reading? I don't think you said.
Oh no. I'm reading. I actually started Silver Elite. I
Oh,
went
okay.
into the hype. I've seen everyone talk about
I've
it.
seen people talk about it, but again, I'm not
Yeah.
like a big fantasy person, so
Yeah. It's more like dystopian, like the Divergent movies, I
oh,
would say.
okay. Well, I
Yeah,
like those
it's not
movies.
really fantasy. I mean, I guess the only element would be because it's a dystopian society, so there was some kind of like um disease that happened, and it caused certain people to be exposed to something that made them have these special abilities, like
Oh,
um telepathy or other things like that. So like I guess
okay.
technically that's a fantastical element, but
Yeah.
it reads more like Divergent, where it's like there are soldiers and they have to do training and
Okay.
like that kind of thing.
I've heard so many people comparing it to like Fourth Wayne, and I'm like, oh, I don't like fantasy, so I don't know if I would like that, but
Yeah, I'm not that far in, so like maybe it will get more fantasy driven. But so far it's not really reading like a fantasy. It's more so
okay.
like Divergent.
Lori says she finally read A Court of Thorns and Roses.
What did you think?
Oh my gosh. To go back and read that book again
Yeah.
and not know anything of rest of the story, but just
Yeah.
read that and be where I was.
It's an
I was
experience.
so naive.
Yeah. It's an experience for sure.
Oh my gosh. And then right into like Court of Mist and Fury. Oh, jealous that you
So
get to read
good.
that book for the first time.
So good. I really want to read Throne
Oh.
of Glass this year, but it's so long.
I don't know if I'm ever going to read that series. She's just going to sit there on my shelf and look
It
nice.
looks pretty.
Yep.
Do you have like the new covers or the old, like what covers do you have?
I have the covers with like the girl on them.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Those are, I like those.
Yeah, I got those way back before they ever redid all the. They're just there. Will I ever? Probably not. But they're pretty. They'll just stay there. Oh, okay. Yes,
Oh,
we
we
did
do
it.
have to
Yeah, we
announce
did not
that.
announce it yet. We always announce our book picks on the show. So I'd like to.
Thanks so much for the series.
I do.
Oh, it's hard to not get spoilers.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
True. Now, yeah, because I read it back in 2020. So yeah, it'd been around, but it wasn't as like, So, and I was preparing like for A Court of Silver Flames to come out.
Uh-huh.
So I just kind of like binged one a month. And the fact that we haven't had another book in that series since A Court of
It's
Silver
crazy.
Flames. Oh, okay. It's fine. Let me get the book for next month. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know you have the physical copy.
I do. So we have like back and forth about what book we were going to choose. So
It's a
we
last
ended
minute
up going
change.
with this book right here. That's true. It wasn't really a back and forth. It was like we picked a book and then we heard it wasn't good, so we picked a different one. Ask for Andrea by Noelle W. Ihli. I think that's how you say it. It is on Kindle Unlimited. Again, I know Amanda doesn't have it, but for those of you who do, and I'll read this little blurb on the back. It says, Megan, Brescia, and Sky have just one thing in common. They were all murdered by the same man. He hunted them online, masquerading as an eligible bachelor. Then he played the perfect gentleman, a thick layer of charm and a 1,000-watt smile, hiding the fact that his first dates end in shallow graves. He's gotten away with murder 3 times now. The only thing that might keep him from killing again, the women he murdered. Megan, Brescia, and Sky might be dead, but they're not gone. They found each other, and they won't rest until they find a way to stop him. The haunt is on. Instead of hunt, it says the haunt. So, and it's not that long. It's 290 pages.
Oh,
No, it's not.
beautiful.
That's the next book. Hold on.
Even
It's
better.
only. I don't want to be spoiled.
I think
267.
it said. Oh,
So we love a short book. Oh no!
oh.
Oh no!
Well,
Look,
it's gonna be fine.
as long as it's not the brother.
Yeah. No brothers, please.
I never realized how much people use the brother trope in thrillers before.
I know.
Like, maybe it's just us. We just pick those books.
We're drawn to them for some reason subconsciously.
I have never read anything by this author either. So,
Me either.
although Frida McFadden does blurb it and say, hands down, one of my favorite reads of the year.
Okay.
So, I can.
That's a good sign.
Can we go by what she says? We'll see. Sometimes. Gray After Dark. Okay.
Let me find
I don't even know what. Let's see what the rating for this book is. I have so many pictures of books on my phone. It's not even funny.
I know.
People are like, read this. And I'm like, click. Okay. This is a 4.09. Someone said, I'd love to see this made into a TV series or movie.
Oh my god, there's gonna be a special edition with stenciled edges.
For what?
Ask for Andrea.
Of course there is. What doesn't have stenciled
That's
edges?
just so extra.
Okay. What doesn't have...
Oh, Amanda can read it for free. Because it's on Prime.
Oh, nice.
Perfect. Oh, she has a lot of books.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I've never heard her name before.
There's also a short story afterward called The River.
Ooh.
But she has a lot of books. There was another one that just recently came out that people said they really liked. What was it? Such Quiet Girls. I also heard that Room for Rent was kind of good. I feel like she's another, just like Frida McFadden, that just like punches out books.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're good books. So if
We'll
it's not,
see.
I'm sorry.
We have to try. We have to try.
Yeah.
This one sounds good because, it's got the serial killer element. It's got the female rage,
Yeah. And like,
songs.
how do they meet? They're ghosts. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. And ghost stories are always fun.
I'm keeping fingers crossed.
Yeah.
For at least one. That's going to be good.
Yeah.
I tell you, I don't even know what for the romance for July. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
We never know until like a week before. We'll message.
Yeah, we always pick
like,
last minute.
You have an idea, and so we just send each other pictures of books.
Yeah, maybe July could be like a fun summery.
Yeah,
something. We'll see what we're in the mood
there any
for.
like I'm sure there'll be new releases coming out. I just don't know what.
Yeah.
Something. We'll figure it out. Or if you guys have any ideas or any books, summary books that you think.
Yeah, we're open to suggestions.
Would be good for book club. You can like leave. I don't even know like where. Just like put them in the comments after the fact. Yeah, apparently it is 200. Did I say 267 pages?
Yeah, it's less than 300 pages.
Yeah, stop looking. I don't want to know. I don't want to.
Don't spoil it.
267. So I don't know exactly what it would be on Kindle. Probably be a little bit longer.
I think Kindle said 290. I think
okay, that's not bad.
It's still less than 300, so.
Ask for Andrea. Let me see. Book details. Tell me how many pages?
Yes, yeah, you can message us. We'll take anything.
Yeah. Paige. Oh, so Paige's Instagram is the same as your YouTube channel. So.
Mm-hmm.
Man, goodness, she's got a lot of books coming out. She's got one coming out in November. That author.
Goodness, girl.
Okay, anything? Oh, would you like to plug what your next couple videos are, or do you know what you're going to be filming?
Ooh. Well, this past weekend for Memorial Day weekend, Josh and I did a reading challenge where we like spun the wheel to see how long we had to
Oh,
read for each day. Since
okay.
it was like a long weekend. So that'll be the next video I upload. And then after that, probably June TBR.
Okay.
Once I figure out what I'm doing with the jar or whatever that I have no idea.
Ah,
But we'll see.
okay. So I have my June TBR tomorrow, and then next week is my birthday month book haul. And look, guys,
I
look,
love your book hauls.
look. Oh my gosh. I did a poll where I was like, do you guys like when I talk about the book or just show the book? And everyone was like, talk about, and I'm like, God, I
We
don't know
want
about
more,
this one now.
Katie. Give us
I don't know.
everything.
I don't know about this one because it's a lot of books. Like,
We'll just do the ones that you know.
I might just do like my little post-it thing and just put the tropes of the book
Yeah,
and
just
not go
quick.
too much detail because I will be there forever. It's a lot. I didn't count, but it's got to be
That's okay.
40.
That's not bad.
I feel like 40, maybe a little bit more.
It's for your birthday, as you
That's true.
should.
That's true. No, I didn't buy them for myself.
Yeah.
It's not like.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's fun.
Amanda has a new vlog up.
I love vlogs.
So if you guys
Those are my
aren't
favorite.
subscribed to Amanda, go check her out.
Yes.
I do love vlogs. I'm just not interesting enough. Like, I love watching your vlogs because I'm like, yeah, I can just, but to me, I'm like, I'm not interesting enough. No one wants to see this.
But the best vlogs are the ones that are so like normal and boring.
I
Where
guess.
people do the same thing every day. I love those.
I'm boring. Like,
Those are my favorite vlogs to watch, where it's like the same thing in every video.
okay.
Because then I know what I'm getting.
Okay. I might try it. Maybe.
Do it.
Okay. Maybe I'll do like a weekend vlog or something where I just stay home the whole weekend.
Yeah. Do it.
Oh, okay. Do we have anything else before we wrap up?
Oh, I guess when book club is.
Oh gosh,
date,
yeah, we didn't even say.
The last
You guys gotta figure it out on your own.
The last Thursday of June is the 26th.
Okay.
And it'll be on Katie's channel.
Yep.
I'll have her channel link down below so you guys can subscribe just in case you're not already.
Yeah. No, yeah, so June 26th. And then at least
it's already going to be June.
At least in July, it's like July 31st. So we have like a full like
ooh, nice.
month. Yeah. Cause June, like I feel like that's short. But no, it's 4 weeks. 1, 2. Yeah, it's 4 weeks. It's a month. I'm done.
Well, happy birthday to your grandma. You'll have to remind us and we can sing her happy birthday.
Yeah, we'll sing her happy You can record it and be like, they're singing happy birthday to you, grandma.
Yeah.
Okay, so June 26th, my channel, 7 o'clock. We'll post reminders and we do countdowns on Instagram and all that fun stuff. So you guys won't forget.
Yes.
But I think that's everything.
All right. I think so.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining. Be sure to subscribe to Katie's channel and we'll see you next month.
Bye, guys.
Bye.